In the spring of 1837, a group of Presbyterian elders sat down in a house we now call Beaver Dam in rural Mecklenburg County to organize what would ultimately become known throughout the scholarly world of academia as Davidson College. Their simple dream: to create an institute of higher education which would educate liberal minds in a Christian setting to prepare men, and ultimately women, for lives of high intellect and service to God and mankind. For 148 years, this dream would largely be fulfilled, as Davidson produced fine men and women who, building on the strength of 4 years of Davidson pedagogy, would go on to lead significant lives, substantial men and women who have consistently measured taller than their peers in society. The founding fathers knew at the time that Davidson would provide great and gifted leaders to the world, and yet they always had a sense that one day a class would be produced by Davidson which would outstrip the native excellence that had come to be expected of all her graduating classes. It was a hopeful and seemingly messianic enthusiasm that Davidson greeted each entering freshman class. And indeed, certainly there were some classes that delivered even more than the standard excellence that the world had come to expect from her alma mater. The class of '09 and the post-war class of '47 were considered to be rarer gems among precious gems. And then in the 149th year, this proud college, our Davidson College, graduated what was at that time and has continued to measure up to be the single greatest class in its long and prestigious history. With the class of 1986, greatness came together in what scholars and collegiate historians have come to refer to as a perfect storm of class excellence. A combination of the greatest scholars, artists, athletes, creative thinkers, humanitarians, as well as the best-looking and most successful accumulation of talent ever assembled under the banner of a single class year.
Well, yes, of course, the class of '86 is certainly the model by which all classes, past, present, and future, at Davidson are judged. Is this fair to judge all other classes against the class of '86? No, not really. Not any more than it is to compare current NBA players to Michael Jordan, or house painters to Michelangelo, or jelly to Smuckers.
You know, I've always wondered whether the fact that most Davidson people think that I'm the best college president ever is due to the happy occurrence that I was here with the class of 1986.
You know, Davidson's different from a lot of the Ivy League colleges. I mean, we don't have grade inflation here. I don't think we've ever had grade inflation. And despite that, I think everybody that I taught in the class of '86 got an A from me in every course I taught, except for Pat Mellon, who got his customary C+ in humanities.
And as I said before, time again, if it wasn't for the class of '86, the 900 room would have had to close up. They were good people, but I just never could get them to go home. I don't know when they had time to study.
Of course, everybody remembers the class of '86. It was legendary for so many reasons, way beyond their scholarship. For example, there was that valedictorian. You know, the rumor used to be that instead of studying before finals, he'd go out and party and still make all A's.
Oh yeah, I know all about the class of '86. I think we still have files on them. All I know for sure is this reunion weekend, we're going to secure all the Cushmans under lock and key.